Listen, we're back.
We are back.
All right?
But Triple T is not here today.
He's not.
I'm
sure he's crying about it.
Well, I know he had over the weekend, he had a little bit of a mishap with some KY and a baseball bat, but he should be back next week.
Yeah,
he did not get kidnapped by Z.
His fall protocol it's still under effect. So
a lot of splinters.
Yeah,
a lot of splinters.
It happens. But hey,
it's your boy Joseph Stones, Garrett the Mastermind.
What's up?
It's Wrestle Fandom Radio.
We're here. So sorry we were gone for a couple weeks. Listen, some things happened.
We have lives outside here, guys.
Yeah. Joe and I both got mandated. On the one.
Gary got mandated for his first time.
My first time since going back.
He texted me the next week. He's like, I don't know how you work overnight.
No.
And I told him my secret is I'm always tired.
It was ridiculous. Like, you know.
Welcome to my life, bro. 16 hours all the time.
Yeah. I got out of work at 6:30 and I had to go back at 2:30, and there was just no way I was going to do the show in between. Yeah, it just wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen.
No, mind you, I've done this show getting out at 7 a.m. and having to go back at 3 all the time.
Right.
I've done it.
But you're used to it.
Yeah. Whatever.
And I also got to do the boss stuff when I go back.
Now, Garrett, I got a question for you.
What's up?
If you want some ink, where would you go?
I guess I would go see Josh at Rocking Horse Tattoo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah, right next to Big Apple. You should go.
Now,
and Mike, too. Mike's the man.
I'm wearing this beautiful hoodie and this
look at that
T-shirt. Where did I get these made?
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that you got them from Seasonal Sports. I'm almost positive that.
And who did I call when I need my gear?
Yeah, Fred definitely made that.
Oh, Fred hooked me up.
Yeah, he did.
And when you get mandated all the time and you're working these overnights, Garrett, what did you take the next day?
You need to be taking Upgrade. Ooh. You need to upgrade your brain. The Freeman formula, all right?
Takes that fog right away.
It really does. And then you go on their page, and anything you order, you use the promo code Disruption. You get 15%
disrupt the
off.
Fogginess.
Yeah.
And bring you back.
Yeah. So
to reality.
So yeah, and then also last week, kids were sick everywhere. It was just ridiculous.
My oldest has mono.
Yeah, it was just
my oldest has mono. Who has mono? He's 11. He's not making out with people. I'm real curious how he's getting this.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I don't know. Is he feeling all right?
No, he feels fine. He's more pissed that basketball started like 2 days after he got diagnosed, so he can't practice for 4 weeks.
Go figure.
So he sits there at basketball practice going. Because I try to explain to him, like, dude, your spleen could explode. And he's like, so? I go, you would die.
You die.
He goes, are you sure? I'm like, shut up. Go sit down. I'm like, go away.
Yes, I'm a lot older than you. I know. Yeah. So a lot happened.
We got to go over the ICW.
Went to the ICW
Survivor
show.
Series.
But speaking of the ICW show, okay?
Now, because Triple T's not here, we decided
to get a third, okay? And I was so impressed with the moves that I saw this dude do. Okay?
We're not talking about Coffin.
Coffin wasn't there.
Always impress us.
Yeah, Coffin wasn't there. But I was so impressed with some moves that I saw that I was like, hey, man, you got to come on the show. And luckily, he came. So today.
Well, how did he come? On your chest?
Hey.
Wait, what?
How many times do I have to say it? You like what you like. All right? All right. So this week we have none other than the bastard son of Utica himself. Bobby Bates is here, all right? What's up, dude?
Welcome,
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, gentlemen. So I'll say this right off the bat. For anyone that knows me and has met me in the past, I'm a little difficult to get along with, and hearing you two go back and forth, I think I'm going to fit in just fine here, my man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We apologize you had to go through that. Listen to all the jaw wagging in the beginning there, but hey, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Absolutely. I appreciate the honor to be on, in all honesty. Thank you very much. You probably never thought you'd hear that come out of my mouth, but here it is. I mean, in the flesh.
So at the show, explain to us what happened with your match at the show. Take us there.
A big return match for me, especially after my 2018 injury, being out for a year, not being able to walk correctly. I went through some shit, man, and life was pretty difficult. It was discouraging, but I always wanted to stick through it, keep working on my craft and what I'm good at, and what I'm good at is shoving my foot up people's asses, what I'm saying? So when
big enough guy to do it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I get that a lot. When Mike King, the owner of Immortal Championship Wrestling, reached out to me and he said, hey, we got a bunkhouse brawl open challenge, and he's like, what do you think? What do I think? I think I got 4 years of unhinged aggression against Ataxia for the stuff that I went through when I first broke into this business. And the fact of the matter is, Alan might be gone, but that aggression and that anger will never stop. I respect Coffin, and you know I do. And I love you, man. But if you ever get in my way, I will make you people regret it.
Ooh.
Yikes.
That's not a threat. That's a promise. And you know me, Coffin, better than most.
And you know he's watching.
Oh,
my
yeah,
phone's gonna blow up. My phone's gonna light up.
I'm waiting for the text.
He's gonna be like, what? Yeah, no. So all right. So, you go against Ataxia.
I do. What a moment for me. You know, especially again after being gone for so long, the amount of adrenaline you feel before you hit that curtain, and you know, it was Damian Slade, Brandon Lee, and Big Red. You know, some hosses. You know what I mean? And those are some boys that
was
like
Big
to brawl.
Red's first return match as a member of Ataxia.
As a member of Ataxia,
yeah,
yes.
I do believe it was.
Yeah.
So there was some history there. Obviously, we went right for each other. You know, and I was teaming
the
up
two biggest
with,
guys in the ring. Yeah,
I was teaming up with little Jeff Nova and that jackass Chris Jackson. Much respect to them, minus the disrespect at the end of the match, unfortunately.
that's what I want.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted to get
so
into.
We'll
what I saw.
definitely get to that.
Some belly to bellies that were. I'm surprised they weren't.
It was time for
implanted
him to give me
into the ring.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised there wasn't imprints for the remainder of the show.
I try to put a little oomph in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying when I'm slamming little dudes.
Yeah.
But you know, unfortunately, and I don't mean to throw any shade towards anyone. If I was out there by myself, I feel like I could have been better off. But that's just me.
Wow.
You know, and I think they realized that shortly after. Bobby don't make friends, and Bobby don't play well with others, and this is Bobby's world now.
Ooh.
I like it.
Ooh, I like
it. All right, so to rip through the rest of the show, because we've been gone for so long and everything else that was going on.
We got a lot of ground to cover.
All right, so we had Ben versus Chip. Okay. Does everyone know who won?
I have no idea what happened.
Okay,
Like,
well,
you told me you weren't going to spoil it for me. You're going to wait for tell me on the show.
Yeah, so obviously heels over strong. It was kind of heels over strong all night. Throughout a lot
How
of
did
this.
Ben win? Did he win clean or?
Did Ben win clean? Come
Ben's the
on.
dirtiest bastard in the business.
All right, I think he's really the dirtiest player around. We had Saren Rain, who I will have the video up. I will have the video up next week. I am so sick of Saren Rain. I was really hoping that Shane Stetson was going to take care of business, and then he didn't. Saren Rain ended up on top, and then I don't know. I'll show you the video next week. I'll have it up. We had that tornado tag. It was with Black and Yellow versus Power Supply versus American Strong Style. That, I mean, just bodies flying everywhere.
I can imagine.
It was absolutely crazy. Megabyte Megabyte Ronnie versus Vince Valor was just, I mean, those are big dudes.
Very big dudes.
Another match of big dudes, as well as Brute Van Slyke versus H.C. Loke. Dude.
How'd the ring survive that?
I don't know how the ring. I don't know what he does for it to survive. Brute is just a humongous. He's
a massive human being.
You know what I mean?
Like,
we're the same height, right? And I feel small when I stand next to him.
Yeah.
We're the same height.
Well,
I shouldn't feel small.
He's easily got 200 pounds on you.
Yeah,
Like,
he's just a big dude. The Northeast Championship match was supposed to go off. And as we've seen, Nick Sullivan's temper got the best of him.
It has
so
lately.
Holiday and Father Derek were about 5 steps from out of the curtain, and Nick just came flying out, and it was just a brawl. The match didn't even happen. Like it was just a straight up just beat down. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
And then we had the championship match, which was Mike Scaros versus Bill Collier versus the champ, Dango, Dirty Dango, formerly known as Fandango.
He's a trip, man.
Isn't he though?
Yeah, he's awesome.
So then, and accompanying him was none other than Summer Rae, who he rolled with in WWE for a very long time. So she got into the match trying to help him out. It didn't quite work out, and Bill Collier ended up picking up the win. He is the new ICW champion.
Wow, congrats.
What a house that man is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm a big hefty guy myself, you know what I mean? But to watch that giant man pull off a beautiful drop kick like he does, or anything he does so fluently and smoothly, no wonder he's the champion. Much respect to that large, freakishly horse-like man.
Yeah, he pulled it off.
Yeah.
He got right down to business. He took his opportunity. It was a good match.
Yeah, it absolutely was, and it's one of the ones I was able to watch from beginning to end.
Yeah, I'm sure Mike Skyros again is just the discouragement. He's probably got to be feeling with everything, just trying to get, it
seems
took
like
forever.
the last half of this year he's been trying to get that belt back. And
and once he finally gets the match, someone who has the right to interjects himself into the match.
Right.
Honestly, I was even surprised Papadon didn't show up with the thing and cash in right at the very end and scoop it then. That's what I thought was going to happen. But
that's always got to be on the back of their mind, too.
Yeah, is he going to come out of nowhere during the – because that's what – hey, you know what? That's what Skyros did to him.
Yeah.
So that's what I was figuring. If I had to make a call, I would have said Skyros is going to come out on top, and then here comes GGP. Hits him with the briefcase, and then but Collier ended up walking away with it. And again, like you were saying, he's a big guy, and that's going to be a feat to get away from him. I mean, Mike Skyros did beat him in a one-on-one match, so if he actually can get a one-on-one, we'll see what happens.
Right, absolutely.
We'll see what
Massive respect for Mike Skyros, too. I don't say that about a lot of people, but he knows it as well. I've had personal conversation with him, seeing where we've come from, and when I first met him years and years and years ago to where he is now, that man's going to be a star, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And his work ethic is unlike any others as well.
It really is.
I'm not trying to kiss ass here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
we're always talking about how awesome his hair is, too.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm jealous. I'm so jealous of his hair.
Remember when I met him and he had the spiked up tips, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's come a long way.
Great. I've never seen a hairdo like that.
Massive
I'm so jealous of it.
I just wish I had a hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least you got an awesome beard.
Yeah.
At least you got an awesome beard. If Todd was here and he was here, dude, the beard level on this show would just still be.
We braid our beards together.
Yeah, it'd just be ridiculous. Everyone, the coffin comes and Todd's got a big beard. We all have big beards, and and this is even
the Utica thing.
I had to shave mine for work. And,
must look homeless and jobless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you want to be successful.
Yeah.
And then as well, if you want to go to the Immortal Facebook page, they've been having
a lot of auctions.
Not only auctions, but they've got some polls going on, and you can vote.
Yes.
Oh yeah, man! Superstar of the year, match of the year,
most
lots
popular
of different polls. Yeah,
most
Sucks
popular star, coffin, wink, wink. He So,
despite what I said earlier, again, I have massive respect for this man because he's not only a massive man, but at one point I'd even consider him a friend before all this crap.
Right.
Then he joined that dumpster fire ataxia. You know what I mean? Didn't listen to a thing I said about it. And that's a shoot. And ever since then, I felt our friendship kind of just dwindling as that Bishop son of a bitch just pulled him away from me.
Right.
And I only got a handful of people in this world, my man, and Bishop took them all.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Bishop is gone. Maybe you could talk to Coffin.
There's
a new president in town.
Mr. President. Yeah.
So Todd's on here. What's up, Todd?
Todd can.
He said
he can message, but he can't show up.
He said he loves us. Well, I'm sure he just hopped right into the thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then one of those random bots that's trying to get us to look at porn on here.
Click it.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just infect the studio with
malware.
Yeah. That'll be fun. All right. So
my next question: who watched Survivor Series War Games?
I watched most of it. Once I got home, I actually took advantage of the Black Friday sale for Peacock, and I got it for $12 for a whole year. So I did that. But I came in. So I have to go back and watch because I want to watch the women's match. But I didn't get to, and I heard it was, I heard it was great.
It really was great. Like I was very impressed because like War Games is a phenomenal idea.
It really is.
But there's a lot of opportunity for it to go south because there's a lot of action going on, and you're not able to capture all the action at once.
Right.
But they did a great job in making sure where the action was going on, they were able to catch it. And like even with the cameraman they literally have inside that cage, you only saw him very, very briefly.
Right.
And it was great. Like Becky going back to face, I think is the best thing for her.
I felt like when she came out on Friday that the Becky Becky that I like is back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just better than
she's dressing like 1820s like England. You see like she had like the vampiric like flaps on her.
Yeah.
What was going on?
Well, I think
don't know,
her and Seth Rollins' styles were kind of mirroring each other.
And it doesn't need to be because also Seth Rollins' gimmick is just every week it just like he's got to stop. It's so that laugh is terrible. The clothes are getting worse. coming out with all the like the lace see-through stuff. Come on, dude. That's not you. That might be somebody else. That might be another wrestler.
Look what you're doing right there.
You know who
look what you're doing right now. You're giving him heat right now. That's what he's trying.
But it's bad. It's not good. It's like the only thing he's burning down is his own legacy, in my opinion.
Dude, the crowd is so behind him. You hear during that match the whole entire 15,000 people there humming his theme song to him when he's out there. Like,
if that's the best part, though, you know what I mean? He's had 12 different personas in the last 12 months. You know, every time he comes out different. I like the orchestra thing where, you know what I mean, where he's guiding them and stuff.
I think that part is fine. Yeah. It's the dancing.
Found a character to use, and then he just keeps going.
It's the extra dancing. It's like the Shinsuke Nakamura like dancing.
Nobody does like Shinsuke.
It's the clothes and it's that stupid laugh. He loves
to hate it.
I just and he's so good is the thing. You know what I mean?
Maybe he suffers through what I go through. Like earlier, I said something I don't even remember, and I laughed after. That just happens. You know what I mean? That's like an uncontrolled urge to laugh at something horrible.
No. Like
maybe he's losing his shit like me. You know?
Yeah, it's like the laughing for like the no reason. It's like it's the fake laugh. You know what I mean? Like if that, it's just not a good laugh. And I don't know. It's so fake. I don't know.
But the women's went out perfect with Becky doing the leg drop through the table, getting the pin, and I thought it was a great way to start it.
Right.
I think the only issue I had with the whole War Games event was the fact that they had both rings out there for the whole entire thing, and I get why.
Well, it's not like they can get rid of. They can just.
Or you just do both War Games at the end.
Have like 75 people out there and ring crew get it done in like 5 minutes.
Right.
And then you had AJ versus Finn. I mean,
do either of them ever put on a bad match?
No.
They had the mask off, right? They both came out wearing different masks this time.
Nobody had any masks on.
What the fuck?
No.
Oh, there's my first one.
No. Finn came out with Judgment Day. AJ came out with the OC, and it was one-on-one. It's what you would expect,
right,
from the two of them. And they tore down the house, like especially for a non-championship match. You have a championship caliber match, you don't need a belt for them to tell their story,
right?
Like it's two of the leaders of the Bullet Club. Like it's so funny how they're doing something that New Japan never could.
Right.
Because they never had them both at the same time, and they're using that history. And I like the fact that WWE is acknowledging that. They're using that and using that history from another company to progress their storyline. And, did you see that when you're...
No, I have to go back. I came back, like I said, I came back in like much later. I didn't get on to like... It was like 9:45, like 10 o'clock.
And then like AJ comes out with a dub. Like It's what you expect, and it was great.
Yeah.
This next match is probably the match I could have cared less about, which is weird because normally I totally dig her matches. Actually, I normally dig both their matches, but it was Ronda versus Shotzi.
Right.
Because there was no, I'm sorry, Rodriguez got replaced for that match, right? That's
Correct.
the whole thing. Because there's no build-up, and there's, that. To me, that's not something you just, you kind of, we have a replacement. It's Shotzi. Everyone be happy. There should be... It's hard when you're in that predicament.
No, it's hard.
If you didn't earn it, it's hard to say, hey,
the match just sucked, though. Even if with no build-up, you could still put on a good match.
I like Shotzi, too. I
love both of them.
I think she did a good job, and I think she sold a lot of that match.
She did. It just did nothing for me.
It's because it's Ronda. I'm sorry, but
I
she's
like Ronda.
I don't think she
Ronda,
elevates that belt at all.
I'm not digging heel Ronda. I think.
What's Ronda missing? That's what I've asked myself since that WrestleMania.
Paul Heyman.
I agreed. Literally agreed.
100%.
I mean, unfortunately, he's running bloodline stuff, so he can't do that. But she's.
Let's be honest. Paul Heyman's way too oozy for Ronda. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bloodline story.
She needs a good mouthpiece, I think. And the thing is I think what Shayna Baszler does as well.
I can't stand Shayna.
I think she needs a mouthpiece as well. So pairing them together seems like the logical thing to do because of their similar styles, and I agree to that. But I still think that someone else should be speaking for them.
And do you know who would be perfect?
And it's not, and I don't, before any sexist person, it doesn't have to be a guy, just someone who can talk.
Vicky Guerrero.
Zelina Vega.
Yeah. Oh my God, Zelina. If Zelina Vega was talking for them, that's all that they would need. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She's probably one of the best talkers of all the females that are there. That would be great. Bring Vicky Guerrero back. I know she's running something in AEW, but there's zero reason why she.
Is Zelina with the models?
No, she's with
I know who she's with.
Los Sombreros.
Yeah.
Legato.
I
the
do
Legato
not watch enough anymore.
You know.
I do apologize.
Oh no, hey man, it's a lot. It's a lot to get to. If you wanted to watch everything of just the big stuff on TV, there's 2 hours of NXT, 2 hours of AEW, 3 hours of Raw, and then 2 more. That is 9 hours of television a week.
Yeah,
if you wanted to watch absolutely everything as it happens, and that's hard. Just the big stuff. Yeah. And that's not if you're trying to watch the Darks on YouTube, NWA, Impact, just
New Japan.
New Japan. There's so much wrestling, and if you're trying to catch some indie shows, which you should be doing, because indie wrestling is where your future stars will be. So yeah.
And then the next match, which I wasn't that hyped about, but then now after, I'm so friggin' hyped about. You had Austin Theory versus Rollins versus Lashley.
Such a good match.
And it was such a good, and I'm digging what they're doing with Austin.
I love it.
I
love it.
I love his transformation into this, screw everybody. It's A-Town, baby. And you know what? I have been such an Austin Theory hater. All I gotta say is, peace up, A-Town down,
yeah,
baby.
I'm in it.
Let's go.
And I said, when he lost it, when he cashed that in, I said, I think it's going to work out better for him, and I was right. And I was like, it was so. It's just been. It's been way better.
All three of them are phenomenal in different ways.
Yeah, they're all crushing it right now.
Because if you think about it, that could have been a dumpster fire of a match.
Yeah.
Very much so.
The way they all worked off each other and everything, you had Bobby Lashley putting the Hurt Locker on two people at one time. It was great. They really highlighted each one of their skill sets in such a good way. And then you have Theory, the one who, honestly, if I was a betting man, he would have been the last one I would put my money out on the three.
Yeah,
come away with that.
And the way the finish went.
Think, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's good. That's good shit right there.
Yeah, the way the finish went. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen one that happened exactly like that. I've never seen somebody be put in a stalling suplex and then get speared, and then the person goes down and just rolls on top of them. I don't think I've ever seen that. I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I'm just saying I don't think I've never seen that exact finish. And I was like, a fresh finish.
It was great
for a great turnout, and I don't know.
It wasn't a roll up.
Yeah, it wasn't a roll up. It wasn't in anything. It was just like these guys just managed to pull off a great triple threat match.
And then we ended the night with the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes.
Had to be. It had to be the last match.
What an ending, though. I'll say that.
And let me tell you.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
So they preface this with a little backstage thing where Kevin Owens came and he confronted Sammy, and it was like, the Bloodline's going to screw you over. You need to screw them over before they screw you over. And, of course, you got Jey Uso peeking behind the door, hearing all this, confronting Sammy and being like, who are you just talking to? And Sammy's like, I wasn't talking to anybody. So then Jey goes back and chirps to Roman. It's like, Sammy's going to turn on us. I heard him and Kevin. And then Sammy, being completely honest with Roman, be like, I didn't talk to him. He talked to me. I'm Bloodline for life. So you get that, ooh, is he going to turn on him? What's going to happen? And the look of pain in Sammy's eyes when he went for that running knee into the corner on KO and serving KO on a platter for Jey Uso.
What a helluva kick, too. I just want to say that because he kicked him right in the
because he normally goes to their right, to his left, to their right.
He got kicked.
He straight kicked him in the face. Like that was a hard kick.
And you finally see Jey Uso embrace Sami Zayn like the rest of the Bloodline did. And the match itself was great. There was a bunch of great spots. Like I really do like the War Games thing, and
I like it on Survivor Series now. I actually really do like that, but I do miss the 4-on-4. Like, why not have 8 big stars in one big match for Survivor Series? Like, that's what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah, because I think what they wanted to do was mix the two. Because Survivor Series itself, the elimination style match, it's been getting stale.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? And it's and that's unfortunate because it's a great idea and it's one of the big four, but it needed a fresh injection, and who better to do that than Triple H, just to mix War Games in with it. Now, do I think that they should have maybe mixed it into where it was still elimination? Maybe.
That'd be
that's
really cool.
That's a discussion.
You're taking a 45-minute match and making it
an hour and a half easy. Like, you're going to kill the wrestlers doing that.
Despite the tag team aspect of it, too, that would remind me a little bit of the Elimination Chamber, I suppose, as well. It's obvious. It has obvious differences.
Right.
But, elimination style in that setting.
One thing I really enjoyed over the past few years that they had been doing with Survivor Series is making it Raw versus SmackDown.
Yep.
Right.
And I would love to see a War Games Raw versus SmackDown.
That'd be cool.
So maybe next year, so maybe they should keep the 4-on-4 for the actual War Games matches, and then still in like the double ring pull off the 5 versus 5 elimination Raw versus SmackDown.
That'd be really cool.
Because then you're filling up more to like because given the size of their rosters, you even still with everyone being let go, you're still going to have wrestlers, big time wrestlers who aren't doing something at that point.
Right.
It's just how it happens.
Like
why not take those people? You had a pay-per-view
where Bray wasn't even mentioned.
Right.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe they should just still have like the War Games matches, but then still utilize even the double ring in the 5-on-5 elimination, but it should still be like the Raw versus SmackDown, and because I remember for a little while, one of the shows that they had was bragging rights, and it was all Raw versus SmackDown. And it became too much, which is why I think they knew they needed to get rid of it.
I hated when they started coming up with different names. Like, we had the same pay-per-views forever. We loved them, we knew them, and then they'd take them away and give us bragging rights, balls of fire.
Yeah.
Well, that was during the time period where they were doing a pay-per-view. Like, they were doing a pay-per-view every 4 weeks.
Yeah,
like you literally had one.
Who came up with Great Balls of Fire for a name of of a
like you have all the WCW
of an
ones,
event.
all like whatever happened to In Your House, like and stuff like that.
Like why aren't we doing like Bash at the Beach?
Why
like,
is Starcade
you know
not a thing? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it is, but it's a non-televised event that they do.
Yeah, so I mean, they should just be.
Yeah, I remember. You're right.
One of the things we were talking about is because I thought, especially right after they revamped everything with the women's wrestling, I think, now there should just be like a big six, and they should add in the King of the Rings, and the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring.
I miss King of the Ring. In all honesty.
King of the Ring was the best, and I think I read somewhere that they want Triple H wants to have it so it is like
more prestigious, like it used to be.
Yeah,
as it should be.
It's not like the only matches prior to the event are the eliminators
the
or like
preliminaries.
the preliminaries, like how to get in, and then every match that takes place is that night is that. Isn't it all takes place in the one night? That's how it should be. It shouldn't be just an event that's named like that, and then you have all this other stuff, and then you have the one last king. No. I want to see all these wrestlers go at it and boom, 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 and then like they all wrestle same night. I know it might suck on the wrestlers.
It's tiring.
It's tiring, but it's
supposed to be like a prestigious honor. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I'm the King of the Ring. And I think what turned me off real bad to wrestling for a bit too is every time someone did run the King of the Ring, though,
just gonna get to
they took on that King persona. And it's
they don't
unnecessary.
They don't need to have the King and
Corbin. Come on.
They don't need to have that King and Queen persona for the next year. Yeah. They don't need it. Like
Billy Gunn put a little crown on his trunks where it said ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it needs to be like if they want to announce
Stone Cold won it and did
nothing.
Yeah.
He just
cut a promo.
The greatest promo ever.
They just need to, like, if you want to announce them for the next calendar year as the, like, for the...
You're King of the Ring, like they used to do with the Andre the Giant Memorial champion.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that had such a cool concept, and then they just butchered it.
Yeah.
That felt like it was going to be something big, like a mini Royal Rumble, and it was just... It wasn't great.
Right.
Especially when they didn't give it to Big Show the first time, and I hate to say that, because it's like, oh, this is a surprise, but... Everyone wanted to see that man finally win.
Yeah.
Just once.
Yeah.
Without
what
turning
was so
face
wrong
or heel.
with him winning? It's like...
And then they give it to him the next year, and he does the pose, and I'm like, that should have been last year. It's the same with Roman during the time. He should have won the Royal Rumble when Batista won. And this is years and years ago when the crowd still loved him before all this new stuff, before the bloodline, and he started getting popular and, over again with the crowd, even though he's a heel.
Right. He's doing his best work.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's fantastic.
He's doing his best work. Joe hates him. Joe met him. He hates him.
I almost we got into a little bit of an altercation.
Is he a dick?
He's the biggest dick.
Oh, you earned that when you're the big dog.
But this was when he was a face, too.
Yeah,
that's
fantastic.
When he was a face.
What did he say to you?
So my best friend Matt had gotten married out in the Doubletree out in Syracuse. They had done a house show in Utica that night. And him, Jey Uso, and R-Truth were sitting at the bar as we're exiting the wedding. So my best friend and his wife, both huge wrestling fans. Yeah. I walked up.
It's like a special day for them, too.
Right. And I walk up, and I go, excuse me, hate to bother you. Mm-hmm. It's like my best friend and his wife just got married. They're both big fans. Could you guys be bothered to get a picture with them? Now, if he would have been like, you know what, like I don't want to, whatever. He looked at me and goes, get the fuck away from me.
Oh, Jesus.
And then you got Jey Uso and R-Truth stand up like they're going to come over there and fight me. And I'm like, all right, like I'm just asking. And about 10 minutes later, the bride went up and asked him. And he's like, well, I already told the guy the groom sent over, no, I guess I can't say no to the bride. And then took a picture.
Wow. I'm an asshole, and I would never speak to him. You know what I mean?
It was foul, and he is doing his best work right now. I just
think this is when he'd be an asshole, But,
and maybe he had a bad day, whatever. I don't know. What's going on
you gotta always, like I said, the first time I ever got to meet AJ Styles, he literally didn't even talk to people.
It was very quiet when I met AJ.
And
but
then
still a very nice dude.
Yeah,
but
and then the second time when he came to a 2CW show in Rome,
that's when I met him.
And then I got to talk to him there. after the show started, I actually walked up to him when there was nobody there, and I actually had like a real conversation with him, and he was like one of the nicest dudes I've ever met. So like I think it really does just depend on the day in which you hit people. I know I had a day yesterday. I didn't even want to talk to anybody.
One thing I'll say, especially with me still being relatively new in the business, I can't speak for everybody, especially after they have a show. But I've seen people literally travel to airports to meet these people.
I don't like that move.
No, neither do I. And first of all, I don't care what anyone says. We're Marks and we were fans first. Don't ever forget that and be humble. But to travel an actual distance to go harass people at an airport, caught myself. That's so disrespectful to me after working hard. And some of these they look miserable.
Yeah, and I don't blame them for looking at the last place I want to be
like entering
after
a terminal
is in a terminal.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like that move. I don't.
Again, I can't speak for everyone. I would love that. You know what I mean? Especially because of who I am. I hate people, but I also love people. Makes no sense. You know what I mean? I'd love it, but some of these guys look like they're absolutely miserable because
Garrett,
of
did I
this
tell you
fan
who
base.
Matt's wife saw in the airport when she was coming home from, I think, Atlanta?
Oh, God.
Yeah, you did, but now I can't remember.
She said Jimmy Hart.
Oh, Jimmy Hart, yeah.
And then, like she's texting me
You
and
can't
Matt.
not
She's
notice him.
She's like, oh, my God, Jimmy Hart's here. And she, sends us a picture from, across the terminal. And I'm like, go fucking talk to him. And she's like, no. So I call her. I'm like, go talk to him now. She went and got a picture with him. Said he was the nicest dude in the world.
Oh, I bet.
Sat there, talked wrestling
Jimmy
for 10 minutes. It just.
I love this business, baby. You know?
Yeah. That's crazy. So all in all, I thought War Games was pretty good. And then we'll see what else comes with the rest of maybe some newer storylines.
Product's getting better, no matter what.
What?
Vince left, and the product is absolutely getting better.
The product is way better.
I stopped watching, and at least I'm dabbling, putting my foot in the water again.
Yeah. An easy way to keep up on everything, and he turned me on to this, is the app Wrestle feed. Dude,
I watch a lot of ups and downs to catch up on things.
Yeah.
Watching Simon Miller.
WrestleFeed just sends you after every big show that goes off, it sends you a thing and you can just read
it's a lot of articles, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, things are going on. Right now they're talking. Right now, I read an article the other day that the plan is that it'll be Roman versus KO at Mania, or not Mania, at Rumble. And that will lead. That's when Sammy will turn on the bloodline.
Do you think he'll turn on him and it'll result in KO being the champ?
I don't know. I think that's what it should.
I think if they're gonna pull the trigger on him turning, it better be for a title switch.
And then
I was just gonna say,
and then the match in between,
it has to be for the title switch.
That match is going to be amazing, but not only that, but it's I turned on the bloodline because this is my only chance to get this title that I've been here earning for all these years. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's never gotten his chance.
Right.
So
but he wouldn't do it. It would KO would end up being
with the title.
Would end up being
and then
on
the
top.
next pay-per-view,
but KO gives him that shot. You know what I mean? That's why I turned on you, Roman.
Right.
This is for me.
Or he turns on him, and KO doesn't walk away with it, but then they end up beating the Usos for the undisputed at whatever the next.
Sammy
next
needs to win Money in the Bank. That's what needs to happen.
Sammy should win Money in the Bank.
Sammy should win Money in the Bank. Kevin Owens beats him it's all part of the plan, and then he'll cash in, beat Kevin Owens for it. That'd be the smart thing. But then he's got a little rivalry with not only Owens in the bloodline, but Kevin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, from what I've read, the plan right now is KO and Roman to wrestle at Rumble, and then Sammy wrestles Roman because he turns on him. Whatever the pay-per-view is in between Mania and Rumble.
Yeah.
I love the storyline, personally. It's one of the funnier.
Great. It's great. And the thing is if Sammy wasn't there, it would not matter.
It would have been stale.
It would have been stale a long time ago.
Sammy added the freshness into it.
Yeah. It would have been
Owen Hart of the bloodline.
Yeah. Nobody would care. It'd just be like, oh God, they're still champs. What the hell? Mm-hmm. No. Even with Sammy, doing any of the cheating or anything. I understand that it's supposed to be an NXT belt, but why couldn't we just leave the North American Championship on Solo?
Oh, yeah. See, I had the same question. It makes no sense to me. You want this to be prestigious.
Leave it in the bloodline.
Yeah.
And then have it he goes down for a few shows and he keeps destroying people, and then finally you end up with I don't know, do a ladder match or
where he's a little bit out of his element.
A fatal 4-way, you know what I mean, where he destroys everybody but somebody else when you want to finally take it off of him. But why not leave it on him? Why it's
This is what I want to see happen.
There's still enough belts in NXT for them to run without it. You know what I mean?
They're all ugly, though.
And let him roll with the North American in the bloodline. There's zero reason he couldn't have had that.
This is what just hit me. All right. You have, say The Rock comes back at Rumble.
Okay.
All right. And essentially kicks Roman Reigns out of the bloodline and takes over the bloodline.
I think there's a better chance of bloodline splitting than.
Just hear me out.
He's such
and
a busy...
their match at Mania is who actually gets to be head of the table. Roman wins.
That's good booking either way.
It's good booking.
Roman wins and then destroys everybody in the bloodline and essentially
kills the bloodline. Yeah.
Does it have to be a table match?
That actually is not a bad idea. A table match for head of table. That's good, Bobby.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
When the hell was the last time we seen a regular table match?
Just a real, actual table match? Yeah. I don't even know.
It's like we're big Samoan people. To settle this argument, we're going to put each other through a table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I wish I had a family to do that with.
Or big time triple tables. You got to go through 3 tables.
Oh yeah.
Because think about it. You got
cage with it.
You're gonna want to get you're gonna want to see the spear through it. You're gonna want to see a rock bottom through it. You're gonna want to see the people's elbow through one. You're gonna want to, you know what I mean?
People's elbow. He's got to get up on the turnbuckle.
Yeah. So but yeah, it was great. So before we end anything, so lead us back a little bit more, like you said. ICW was a big return. So tell us everything, the quick, beginning, injury, what happened.
So you kind of want my whole story?
Yeah, run us through it. You're here. We might as well. We got to do it.
Man, I was pretty passionate growing up. You know what I'm saying? This is something I've wanted to do since I was about 3. My dad, I'm not exactly as close with my family as I always wanted to be, and that's why I do the Utica's bastard thing, because everything I've earned, I have earned myself. And that's not hating on the town or anything. I've just had no support, and that's what it feels like.
Right.
Everyone has loved ones that, reach out to them, good luck, but nobody comes to the show. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's something I'm big on. So getting into the business, I was definitely given an opportunity. I started ring crew for Dynasty, actually.
Okay.
I was just an obnoxious fan. Ben knows, you know what I mean?
Right.
Every time he would come out, I'd give him a good little salute and, talk shit as a crowd member. And I was so obnoxious that I went, I've known Sean Carr a long time, too. He was there at the show, so I went and shook his hand. It was great seeing him, and King was just like, dude, I wish we had 100 more people like you. And I was like, that's a horrible idea. So I started busting my ass, paying my dues, got in ring crew, and they found out pretty quickly that this is something I could do pretty damn well, know. So I was given the opportunity, thrown into a dying, gasping for air group known as Ataxia, who were Satanists. I brought the crazy to that group, and I brought life to that group before getting injured in December at an Immortal show. And this is just when I started NYCW, too, so I was helping them out with their shows. They were relatively new. It was awesome because I was told by somebody that Bobby Bates would never draw a goddamn dime. Where are you now, bud? Where am I? Just going to throw that out there. But all that spite, all that, pent-up crap, it built up. So I got kicked out of Ataxia 2 weeks after I got injured in a match that I was, in with them. We won. Won, contracts to Immortal Championship Wrestling. You're welcome, Ataxia. I'm the reason you're there. Don't ever forget that. And a lot of hate towards them today, you know.
Hey,
But
yeah, you got to air it, you know what I mean?
So I was out for a good year. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just rehabbed it as much as I could, and as soon as I found out I could stand, I tried to walk, and it was a slow process. And you know, just healing up, wanting to get back in the ring, knowing what I love, and knowing how close I was to, you know, I got something, you know, and. But yeah, and then COVID hit, so I was out for another year. And you know, once everything came back, I was doing little shows. You know, nothing big.
COVID crushed this show,
dude. Just keeping
killed everything
as much as I could to keep going. You know what I mean? So people wouldn't forget. So again, when King reached out, and they were cheering my name before my entrance music even started. You know what I mean? Like, fans aren't stupid, you know, and that's, again, I love this business. I love the fans. That show was so special to me, not only being in my hometown, but I didn't expect all those people to be yelling for me, you know. And again, I'm an asshole. I don't care if I'm in Utica or not. The last time I won a match in Utica, I told the entire city to kiss my ass because I did this all on my own, you know. And that's how I feel about that usually. But the amount of joy you feel when a room of a couple hundred are screaming your name, that was a surreal experience and something I've wanted since I was a kid, you know. So I come out, I'm teaming with the two skinny minis, you know, Chris Jackson and Jeff Nova, and unfortunately we didn't take the W. Ataxia, you know, swantoned my big fat ass through a table, or a door, I should say.
A door, yeah.
You know, all three of the bastards had to gang up on me, smack me with a sign, you know, really beat the hell out of me. I seem to have enjoyed it at the time, but you know, so I'm recovering from that. I forget who takes the pinfall, but we did end up losing. And these little assholes that I come out to help, you know, I didn't have to do this open challenge, you know, but it was an honor, you know, and I knew we were at a disadvantage when I got 110-pound, you know, people on my team, you know, and no, a huge amount of offense to you boys, but come on, you know. And they did cost me the match. Jeff Nova decided, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but he starts running his mouth and pushes me. So, you know, he got what was coming to him, and I took his head off with a nice little clothesline. And Chris Jackson, unfortunately, you know, you're guilty by default knowing Jeff Nova there, so you got a nice little, you got a hug from me.
Yeah.
A nice little Bobby to belly.
Yeah, I thought he was asking for a hug when I saw it.
Yeah. Even after that, you know, I just reacting to the crowd, throwing my arms up, pumping everyone up, hitting that turnbuckle, doing, you know what I mean? You can't even explain it. You know what I mean? When you're in the moment,
sure.
It's such a massive adrenaline rush, and they're just yelling my name. It was a huge honor for anybody from the Utica area that does listen to this. I may hate you, but at least I appreciate you. You know? So it's good to be back.
Do you have any other shows coming up? Anywhere you're going to be?
So I'm going to be taking a little hiatus, even though I just came back. It's time for Bobby to focus the most on Bobby for the first time in his life. And I plan on getting into the best shape of my life. And by the time Immortal comes back around in February, you know, we'll see where I'm at. I'm hoping I get that call again, because I think it's getting closer to be my time now. So
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I hope you got to keep an eye out for Bobby Bates, Utica's bastard.
There we go. All right. And so then I think maybe next week, Coffin's probably coming back, and obviously Todd will be back.
And that'll depend on if I get out of work.
And that'll be, and you'll be here if you're out of work. So then we'll say,
you want more Bobby. You don't want more of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we will be back next week. I hope. Again,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Again, we got our 100th episode coming up. You're going to want to stick around for that. There's going to be a lot of good stuff. And, hopefully some big changes coming to Wrestle Fandom soon.
Absolutely.
So we'll see.
Congrats on 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys again for having me. This is a big honor.
So,
you know?
No problem.
Yeah, I think is this 96?
I think so.
I think this is 90. Yeah, because we were off for 2 weeks.
That's beautiful.
So we kind of got like really messed up for everything. So I think we got a few more episodes, and we'll be at
I think the beginning of the year we'll hit 100.
Yeah, that should line up nicely. So yeah. Well, thank you again for coming.
Thank you, gentlemen.
We're in Utica.
You.
Utica's bastard son. So like,
am.
Come back whenever you want. You let us know.
I might do this some more. It gives me a little bit of a different outlet. You know what I mean? To express myself. I'm a little bit more articulate than people give me credit for, I believe. So
yeah.
Thank you guys again. You guys, it's been an honor, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, we're going to throw up a couple commercials, and we'll see you guys later.
Absolutely.
You got that feeling to get some new ink. Well, head on down to Rockin Horse Tattoo. It's fun, it's friendly, and see our boy Josh, the master with the tattoo gun. Come on down to Rockin Horse Tattoo over by Big Apple Music. Do you need some screen printing done? How about some vinyl work? Don't worry, we got you covered. Head on down to Seasonal Sports on University Boulevard in Whitesboro for all your vinyl and screen printing needs. Seasonal Sports, University Boulevard, Whitesboro.
It's the real to you, damn it, you support us, your favorite. Talking AJ Styles, Chris